We got some 2K details to get into. We already talked about the DLC. They just revealed Pharaoh's card in My Faction. This is Cody Rhodes' dog. He's a manager in My Faction. I love it. It's such a cool feature, such a little bonus, right? Check out the Assemble Show. So youtube.com/@Assemble Show. Check out his two latest videos talking about Universe and MyGM. Universe mode, you know, unfortunately, it's packing a lot of the same things we already knew. They tweaked the rivalry system with, you know, adding more cutscenes, streamlining the way the rivalries play out. You're no longer going to get swapped with random opponents. You're going to be able to select the opponent swap if that's what's going to happen. So a couple of tweaks that made Universe mode a little more playable. With MyGM, I saw that we're pretty much getting a simplified hub where we're going to have all our information all in one place. I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm enjoying the look of how we're going to be able to operate in terms of goals as well, with different tiers to achieve, you know, a new difficulty setting. Those are all things that this mode desperately needed, especially selecting your champion depending on the show you're creating, right? Because we had to have our first match within our first week to set up the mid-card title or the tag titles. Like, now we could do feuds and incorporate, you know, just more storylines behind the matchmaking elements. So I'm really digging that as well. I'm really excited for MyGM, more than I already was, because that was at the top of my list outside of special guest referees. Some of the match types we already saw that were getting added into this year's game. You know, it's unfortunate that we're still not able to book war games, that we're still not able to book battle royales or, you know, anything above a 4-man match. So MyGM can still use, you know, some more add-ons in the future, which is good. There's room for growth. But what I love about this year is that they went more in depth. And, you know, like you mentioned, the quality of life, it's the little things that's really going to enhance the overall vibe of 2K24 this year. Universe this year, unfortunately, they disappointed a bit with the fact that it's pretty much a carbon copy from 23 and 22. A couple tweaks here and there, but it's pretty much the same universe we know, and it is what it is. Until they like take that mode away and bring something from the ground up, they're pretty much stuck with what they got, and we're stuck alongside, you know, for the ride. I know there's people that still enjoy it. I honestly don't believe that promos and show intros would be the end all be all where it makes it magically so much better and funner, but at least we know what we're getting this year, and our expectations have been leveled. Now, when it comes to MyGM having, you know, not just the heel or face character swaps, but, you know, the character traits. Now you could change that to the secondary or primary trait, depending on what you want to do for story and matchups. There's more reasoning behind drafting, you know, certain superstars with key traits, and there's more goals to achieve in the career and multiple seasons within MyGM. So you combine that plus adding the tag titles, adding the mid-card titles within their own slots. I think that MyGM is the game mode to play in terms of replayability and returning to, you know, to play the game on a consistent basis. We don't know about My Faction just yet. My Rise, you're going to beat it. Showcase, you're going to beat it. You're going to be done with those modes, and you're going to want to have something to, you know, kind of play over and over and over. Universe is usually that for a lot of people, but not for me. For me, it's MyGM. That's what I'm most excited for. The streamlined menus, the tactics that are going to go into every match card, and the trading superstars, signing superstars long term. I feel like they added where they needed to add things to make this mode a must-play experience. It was always my go-to heading into this, you know, 2K run that we're on right now. Now it's going to be something I primarily stream and make videos for. You still can't customize the show. Again, room for improvement. for this mode to truly blow up and evolve into something beyond what we've seen. But right now, with the features they did add this year, it already makes it the best mode in my opinion. Something that I'm just going to go back and lean into when I just want to relax, simulate some matches, and also play some matches as well. The one thing that I would have wanted to have heard more of would have been how can you get that match to a 5-star experience, right? If I play in that match as one of the 2 characters or 3 characters or whatever, the tag match, how can we, combine the formula of, the fans, the popularity, the superstar traits, along with the action that just took place that we just created for ourselves hands-on. I want to know more about that, and I want to see if they improve that this year. I feel like in the previous 2 iterations of MyGM for 2K, it's been pretty bad. You have a 5-star level match, and it doesn't translate to the results, in my opinion. It just doesn't feel like it does. Call me crazy, call me maybe I'm doing something wrong, but I feel like that's something that they should have worked on in terms of combining the formula with you having a hands-on experience with the match. So ultimately, the question of this segment is, which mode are you most excited for? For me, it's MyGM, hands down. Always was, always will be. What am I going to be playing outside of LWF and the live streams with the community? It's MyGM. I'm going to be doing a series with Trout. We're going to be doing share play on PlayStation, so it's going to be a head-to-head matchup. Me and Trout are going to do that this year. So I'm going to have a live stream series on a weekly basis where we're going to be doing MyGM showdowns. That's pretty much it. Hit me up in the comments. How are you guys feeling? What's the vibe for 2K24? I'm still hyped despite the sour news about Universe mode not being what we want it to be. It is what it is. Let's pray for a good online this year. Let's pray for, some great updates. And my faction, got my eyes peeled. I got my eyes on the prize. Give me some more my faction news, man. Where you at, 2K? Let's go.